as you can imagine, it's quite hectic. Right now, we're kind of in a mode of trying to figure out what's going on.
The search continues tonight for a missing pilot from Barnes Air National Guard Base in Westfield. Good evening and welcome to 22 News at 11. I'm Barry Krieger.
And I'm Juliana Mazza. An F-15 fighter jet took off this morning from Barnes Air National Guard Base in Westfield, but never arrived at its destination.
The search for the pilot continues tonight. 22 News reporter Eugene Cho joins us live from Westfield, where she's been following this story all night long.
The 104th Fighter Wing here in Westfield lost contact with one of its pilots about 14 hours ago. Now some members of the 104th are preparing to fly down to Virginia to help find that missing pilot. 104th Fighter Wing Commander Colonel James Keefe and his Air Wing members called Wednesday's plane crash a traumatic event.
So our mission as F-15C pilots is air-to-air. We don't drop bombs. So normally our missions are all up high. So it is not a common occurrence to have an F-15 crash.
Just after 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, the 104th lost contact with an F-15 jet carrying one pilot. About half an hour later, reports came in from Western Virginia of a plane crash in a wooded area. The F-15 was not flying a defense mission when it crashed in Virginia. It was on its way to New Orleans Naval Air Station in Louisiana to receive a system upgrade.
We have an ongoing modernization program, and this aircraft was scheduled to receive the new the new radar, the V3 radar, which is being installed in all of our F-15s here.
Colonel Keefe told 22 News the pilot was an experienced pilot. The 104th pilots train every 6 months for emergency situations on board F-15s.
It's difficult to overstate how important they are to protecting the northeastern seaboard. If anything goes on, if there's any type of a threat, they're going to be the ones who flee to on a moment's notice.
The pilot's name has not been released, but we do know that the family has been notified. Members of the 104th will leave from Bradley Air National Guard Base in Connecticut to fly down to Virginia to help in the search efforts. Live in Westfield, Eugene Cho, 22 News.
And from all over the country, people are offering their condolences to anyone affected by this F-15 crash. This does include state lawmakers. There is one exception. Governor Patrick has spent the last week and a half at his vacation home in the Berkshires, in the Berkshire County town of Richmond. Governor Patrick was not at this afternoon's news conference in Westfield and has not yet issued a statement about the fighter jet that crashed in Virginia.
Well, there's a lot that we need to be concerned about at state government in Massachusetts, and while everybody deserves to have some time off and a bit of a vacation, you also need to be in touch with the issues that are going on.
There is no set date yet on when the governor will be back at the State House.
Despite the uncertainty surrounding the status of the pilot, the mission continues tonight at Barnes Air National Guard Base. Lieutenant Anthony Muti told 22 News that 104th is ready to fly out at a moment's notice. Westfield's Air Wing is the first line of defense for the Northeast in emergency situations. The fighter wing is trained to defend and protect the airspace in the northeastern region of our country.
We're just kind of, I think, in a little bit of shock. So what we're doing, what we need to do, we're on mission. We're gonna go through the investigation and see where it leads us.
Lieutenant Muti added the base is remaining hopeful. Some of the 104th members are preparing tonight to fly down to Virginia. Stay with 22 News as we continue to follow the search efforts and the investigation.